Lovers, it can be a soulmate card, so that's interesting that that comes out. But the situation is centered around trust. Okay, everything's centered around trust, and usually this is going to call for you to have faith in the relationship, especially if you've been in situations where where you may have had faith before and it was a letdown. Okay, so with this situation, I feel like this is kind of hard because I think somebody's definitely weighing facts, trying to make a decision or to really find faith in factual evidence, and it's not going to work. You have to trust your intuition. Because this relationship and this connection between you and this other person is so strong, it's going to really free you to have faith rather than to stick to this method of trying to come up with the reasons why not to trust or why not to believe in something, because the other person, believe it or not, they are more confident in themselves, they trust themselves, and they are very much ready for whatever comes their way. They have, I think they have a better idea of how to handle the situation. So whatever am I looking at? I'm looking at the head aspects of the relationship, each party here. Typically I read this as my clients and this is the other person, but you guys can go ahead and oscillate. This is a reading on YouTube. You guys can pick the side that resonates with you the most. But this is how I typically read you guys and the other person, but like I said, feel free to do whatever. This person over here, like I was saying, definitely weighing options, trying to get realistic facts and figures to make their decision rather than trusting their intuition. We'll see how that works out, because that doesn't really help. It honestly just makes the whole situation a lot more anxious. Makes everyone more anxious, and it doesn't really provide a real clear answer to a situation that definitely requires connecting to your intuition. Because the spiritual plane looks like the high priestess, definitely trusting the intuition is better than looking at the facts and figures. But something tells me as well that this person is actually also minding their own business. Like, they're not really focused on everyone else. They're focusing on their own stuff. I think they're purposely trying to distract themselves from other stuff because they're not really trying to entertain anything else. Not on purpose, but because they have other fish to fry, if that makes sense. I think they've got a lot of other responsibilities they're trying to can't handle, and they're just trying to work on themselves, maintain the harmony and balance in themselves. Because right now, their mind is completely juggling other things, responsibilities, etc. This other person, though, more like ready, fully charged, ready to go. This person's definitely aware of their skill set, confident in themselves, and all that. I like the magician for this individual here because that tells me that this person definitely believes in themselves. I feel, and that said, right? Look at where they're going. Look at their state, right? This is how they're showing. This is what they're showing one another. Okay. This is the body aspect. This middle piece here. This is what everyone is showing each other. This is what the soulmates are showing each other. How you guys are representing yourselves and how you guys individually see each other. So this person definitely minding their own business, doing their own thing, keeping the balance and harmony in their life. This other person, though, is tired of the situation being the way it is. They're not satisfied with it. They're not angry. No one's pissed off or anything like that, but they're done just dealing with whatever they've been dealt with, the hand that they were dealt with. They're looking for their own cup. They're making that, they're manifesting their own cup here. Okay, that this person, though, just keeping it even, keeping it balanced, not really doing much other than, keeping their self together. Because where this person's coming from is that they hit a really bad ending. This person is coming from a place where they really had to overcome a difficult time, and I think that being, dropping from the bottom to to the lowest of the low, that's going to inspire you to find a new path. I think this individual is definitely going in a direction of, well, I'm going to find my happiness. I'm no longer going to put up with a situation that ended up burning me. Right? But everything happens for a reason. Even this Ten of Swords, even though it's devastating, it got this person to believe in themselves. It encouraged them to find their cup, to find their happiness. Now, again, but here's the thing, right? This person here with the High Priestess, this person, I have a feeling, like I was saying before, they were kind of like, using facts and figures. They're not trusting their intuition. They're just like, well, what is the real stuff? What is the real stuff? But this person at the same time is giving me vibes of balance and trying to keep things in order. And where they're coming from is the High Priestess. And that is very interesting card to have in their spiritual anyway, the first place, because it's they're coming from a place of trust and intuition. You would think, right? They're coming from a place of relying on their in their on spirit. No, I think this person is private and not timid, but they're very private. They don't want to pretty much over project. They kind of like to keep things orderly and in their own vicinity. And typically I don't really read the High Priestess like that, but because of the Temperance card in the High Priestess, this person is kind of doing their own thing and trying to keep it private. They're not trying to kind of be boisterous and put themselves out there. This is not like, I want to be a superstar sort of situation. I think this person, the reason why they're keeping to themselves and keep to these 2 pentacles, are really just like focusing on work and keeping figures in, over intuition right now, like, it's because they don't want to look at the other side. I think there's something that they know and they don't really want to acknowledge that. Something tells me that this person just doesn't want to see what's going on, right? Because let's be honest, they're just getting their independence, they're good with their flow, they're doing what they're doing. This is very Sagittarian energy, Temperance, right? That's the card for Sagittarius. This person's handling their stuff and they don't really want to it's almost like this person doesn't really want to break that flow yet, because they're not done making the decision of whether or not this is something that they really want to pursue, right? They're not connecting with their emotions quite yet because they don't really want to take that risk, if that makes sense. I don't think it's to take that risk. It's more of like, they know that there's some stuff that's going to they're going to tap into that they're trying to keep away from themselves ultimately. Like, they don't want to even look at that. And I think that's the situation. Both of these people have something together that magnifies the situation, magnifies this person's, emotional well-being. Like, something's going on where they are trying to kind of keep this under wraps. They're trying to distract themselves by keeping everything they look fine, but they know something else. They know something about I think it has to do with the relationship. They're done with it, right? They're not done with it, but they're finding it harder and harder to keep this secret or to keep this to themselves because of the profound connection that they have. Now, what brought them together is the Queen of Swords. Now, I don't know if this is a person that brought them together, or a matchmaker, or a Libra, perhaps. But this is someone that communicates their truth, that's very open, that's very honest. The Queen of Swords is definitely not going to sit there and just let you kind of ponder for hours. She'll talk to you. She'll tell you what's up. I think this person is very open and very honest about how they are. But what's crossing them is the Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups is somebody that's younger, someone that that's a friend, perhaps even, that could be someone that is a lover, or someone that is a friend that wants to be more. And the Queen of Swords is this protective energy. Like, she's very protective of her emotional state. But I think somebody got through. That's the problem. I think this person's putting up a friend. There's somebody here that's putting up a friend. I think this person is aware of their soft side, and that's why they're not satisfied with anything, because they already got burned. They already got hurt. They already got disappointed. And that is inspiring them to just accept that softness. But this person is not trying to. I think this person is like, we'll see. They're trying to make the decision of, like, do I go with my softness or do I continue to look hard? So right now they're like cloaking it, because this Knight of Cups person, I feel like the person here, whoever this is, this Knight of Cups individual, they're trying to understand themselves, or they're not trying to understand themselves, honestly. I feel like this they're not looking at what they want, because what they want may not be in the cards. Maybe they're just what they've been doing so long. But maybe what they want to actually do is outside of this realm of balance. I feel like this is a forced kind of keeping the balance, keeping it going. Because trust here is like, just have faith. Make your decision, keep going, right? And this person is like, yeah, well, I have things I gotta juggle. Okay, well, yeah, I could make a decision, but I'm not going to yet. And I think it's because something here with the high priestess is just, it's too intense to even acknowledge sometimes. And that makes them uncomfortable. Because looking about it, there's the Queen of Swords. If the Queen of Swords could feel something, right? Like, yeah, she would be fearless and deal with it, but the first thing that this person is trying to do is detach. At least that's, I mean, what brings these two together is somebody that's very detached. I feel like ultimately, though, this person is waiting on something, and they're keeping the balance because they know somebody's going to come back. Because there's just so many different ways you can interpret this, and I was channeling that mostly. But this individual here could also indicate that this individual's waiting. Like they know there's nothing more they can do. There's nothing more that they, well, they do know, because obviously the Two of Pentacles wouldn't come up in their mind. And of course, there's always something this person can do. But this person ultimately has coming from a place of trust and faith and passivity. And I think this person is just waiting at the same time. I don't know if this person is waiting for a sign, or this person is waiting for a message. I think this person is waiting for this person to find their cup to give to them. Something that's personal, something that's genuine and true to how they really feel. Because I feel like this person may have been, I don't know if this person's been gone or this person has been distant. Because of the Queen of Swords, she can be distant sometimes. The High Priestess could be very quiet. Something went down over here, and I feel like this person is waiting for this person to give their cup. Even though this person is the one that, that had to start from scratch, this person is still looking for that passion, looking for whatever makes them happy. The Hermit. Yeah, see, somebody disappeared. I was just thinking that. Somebody went away for a while. And look at that. Underneath that, you had the Hermit. Somebody took some time out to really just rediscover themselves. And I think the trust is that this person is like focusing on the real, because even though their intuition is like telling them that this is something intense, this is something real, this is a connection beyond belief, all they can trust is the things that are around them, because somebody disappeared. Somebody left. Somebody was gone for a while. Somebody dipped. And I don't know, I can't believe that I was saying that randomly. I didn't oh my gosh, I don't have any facts to back that up. Yes, I do. The Hermit. Somebody stepped away. Come to the edge. Take a risk. Have faith. Trust in the universe. Because there's something that's going down, y'all. I think something bigger than I think we realize. Now, if this is you guys, finding your own cup, you guys are ready. More than ready. And it's because you had it, there's something that you gained. There's something that you gained. Even though this was horrible, you gained something that it can never be taken from you. And that's your belief in yourself. I think this person is like not looking at it. Not looking at the intuitive aspects. Like this, they have the signals, they have the signs. They're ignoring the signs because, honestly, I don't think they're ignoring the signs. I think they're aware of those signs. I don't think they're all out ignoring them. I should take that back. I think this person is just tired of hearing those signs. So they're like, okay, well, I'm just going to continue to do what I do. Because honestly, you could let me know a million times. It doesn't make it change. That nothing's changed. Nothing's going on. I'm just going to keep doing me. Now, this could be you guys. This could be you guys. It just depends on who you guys resonate with the most. But this person over here is just focusing and drilling this Two of Pentacles. Keep juggling. They're just juggling stuff. They're just doing the best that they can. But there's some action that needs to be taken here, though. Come to the edge is asking you to take action. And if this is you, this whole sort of making decisions and trying to figure out what to do and divine timing mess, you're delaying the situation. It's no one else is delaying it. The High Priestess, the Temperance card, they're all good and grand and dandy, but it's honestly the action, the thing, the challenge that's coming up is an action of communication, of expressing of someone's love, going after what someone wants. I think somebody needs to just communicate that. Now, if this person already communicated, then yeah, this person is like, they don't know what to do at this point. They're still trying to figure out what to do. This person does. This person knows exactly what to do. Somebody had a break to figure it out.